All right. Let's see. We should be live right now. We have 2 people watching. Let's see if you guys can hear me. Let me know down in the comments. Just double checking the sound on this one. We are going to start the live in just a minute. Just wait for some people to get on. And we'll do live Q&A. We're going to talk about the real estate market. We're going to be talking about everything that is happening out here. I mean, builders starting to turn around. Everything that is happening out here. All right, perfect. It looks like people can't hear me. So let me know down in the comments if you can hear me. If anybody's there, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. So if you're watching this after the fact, we're gonna be there it is. We have a first like, perfect. So it looks like we're good. If you're watching this after the live, in this live event, we're gonna be talking about the real estate market. What's happening in Las Vegas? The main thing that I get from clients and from even people that are interested in buying but are not quite ready, I get these messages. Jack, check out this video this guy did, and it's like flames on the houses, Las Vegas market going to zero, prices dropping 50% and all that stuff. And I'm here to to try to address this, because that is one of the main concerns. Okay, so what's happening actually in the market from someone that is every day in the market helping buyers and getting people to buy homes? And also, if what is happening out there really, or is this just FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt that they're pushing out into people so people can get more views? And we're talking about YouTube videos from people that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and have a huge reach. They're getting hundreds of thousands of views, and they're spreading out that here in Las Vegas, we're going to see home prices drop another 50%. So I'm going to tell you my perspective based on what I'm seeing on the market. You don't have to believe me. Obviously, I'm a realtor. You have to know ahead, I have a bias. I am a realtor. I'm an investor myself. I have a bias to sell more homes, and I have a bias to for home prices to go up. That's just the way it is. So maybe I have a fault and I believe that home prices are going to go up. I don't know. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to look at the data and look at what's happening actually, because knowledge is what's going to guide you throughout this market, which is very important. I'm really much into this, and it is really personal to me, because at the end of the day, a lot of people, first-time home buyers, people that are not knowledgeable, are putting their home savings into a house and not making a decision based on fear, whether it's to buy or not to buy, is always a bad decision. So I'm here to educate you on the Las Vegas market and give you more information about that. So with that said, there we go. We got some comments here. We have Willie T. He says, yes, you can hear me. Thank you so much. And Bill Anderson also says, I can hear you in Singapore. Hey, thanks for watching from Singapore. That's awesome. Hey guys, start putting out some questions. I'd love to answer any questions you have. I know the market is crazy right now. We had quite a drop in home prices here in Las Vegas. So I want to hear your comments, your concerns, any questions about it. What is the market doing? Any questions that you might have, anything about builders, anything about new construction homes, how many homes are being sold, and all that stuff. I'm here to answer them for you. So hit those comments down there. Also hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm to push out this video to more people so we get a little bit more views. I'm not putting any flames on my houses or things like that to make you guys click on the video. So at least if you appreciate that, let me know. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to go over a little bit of data on what's happening there. We got 11 people watching. That's great. So, update, cancel this. Okay, perfect. So, all right. You guys should be able to see this this screen right here, which is the chart of the housing market data. So anybody can go onto Redfin Data Center and look at this this information right here. So this is the chart starting from the beginning of 2021 going all the way to the end of 2022. So this is home prices here in Las Vegas on the black line in the year of 2022, starting from January, ending in December. It shows us back in December of 2021, so January 2022, the beginning of last year, we had an average, a median sales price of $400,000 or $399,000 across the Clark County. Clark County is the whole Las Vegas Valley and includes Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, Henderson, and all that stuff. We saw prices go up like crazy throughout the first half of the year. And then around halfway through the year, we started feeling the effects of interest rates going up from 3%, where the average mortgage was 3% back in January, going up all the way to up to almost 8% on some homes. And then they've been, adjusting a little bit. Now we are probably somewhere around 6.5% for an average 30-year fixed rate mortgage, which is right now here in January 2023. But we saw from here at an average, at a median sales price of $456,000 across the Clark County, drop to $401,000. That's a $55,000 drop from the peak all the way down. But we're still up technically year over year, as you can see, 1%. And it looks like prices are kind of stabilizing a little bit, but that's just because interest rates have been trending downwards recently. So average sales price, if you were to buy a 2,000 square feet home, you're probably going to spend around $400,000 right now on average in the Las Vegas Valley. It could be $300,000 in a less desirable neighborhood. It could be $500,000 in a more desirable neighborhood. Now, let's see. Back here, we're looking at 55%. That is over probably like 12%. 13% drop from the peak. That's pretty big, the median sales price drop. So big influence on the market with these interest rates. And, some people are freaking out. We get all these videos and all this stuff. And, I'm trying to address the situation because I'm going to go over what's happening actually in Las Vegas. I'm going to tell you my experience from someone that, has been around to all the builders in the last 2 or 3 days. Pretty much I visited all the builders and talked to the agents and all that stuff and negotiated some contracts. And I can tell you there's a big switch, and I'll go over it together. So when we go into InfoSparks, this is the MLS data. So if we go and zoom into the last 3 years, we look at very similar data right here that we see on the MLS. 450 in Clark County on the median sales price. Right now we're at $399. So down about, that 12% or so. Let's look a little bit at some more niche data. And this is very important because this is where I see the switch happening. Now, this is normal. You see more homes go on the contract after the end of the year. The end of the year during the holidays, not many people go out there and buy. However, I selected only the homes under contract. This is on the MLS, entire MLS. It is mainly resale homes, okay? So, and I went for the first half of the month, so from the 1st of January to the 15th of January. The homes that went under contract, we have 1,044 homes under contract. Now, let's compare this with last month, which was December, or the second half of December, which was when, obviously we had the holidays. And we look at the 2 weeks. Let's change this one as well. So we give you some numbers, on what's happening out here. And then from the 15th, 31st, boom, done, 762 homes. That is, I could have put a nice headline right here saying homes under contract go up 25%, crazy. But that's not the case. We have 762 homes in the second half of December. In the first half of January, we have 1,044 homes. That's a big difference. Yes, obviously we were right in the middle of the holidays. Not many people are going to buy, so that's why we have the increase. But I can tell you, I've seen a big switch with the builders at least. Let's see. We have some builders are offering some really good interest rates right now. 4.25% interest rate for Pulte homes. So if you buy a home right now with Pulte, you can get as low as 4.25%. Now, the way they structure this is they give you 6% towards closing costs, which they use 4% of that to buy the rate down to 4.25. And then the other 2% you can pay for your closing costs. But most likely here you cannot, negotiate the price much, although that has happened, but this is what they're offering right now. So really good interest rates. I haven't seen this interest rate since March of last year. I mean, in March of last year, I bought my personal home. I got a 4.75% interest rate. So this is really, really good. On top of that, we look at Toll Brothers right here. They're doing some really good, still some really good incentives from 763 down to 660. But again, you have to look at this with a lens, and you got to look at the big picture, okay? Just because someone is asking $642,000, it doesn't mean that the house is actually worth $642,000. And that's really important when it comes to deciding whether or not these builders really had to slash these prices this much. You're looking at $140,000, $110,000 down here. Because if the house was overpriced by $100,000, they only dropped the real value of the home by $40,000. So that's what you have to keep in consideration. And I can tell you, these builders, they were just overpricing these homes big time last year. And that's why they had to slash these homes. And now they can't get rid of them, especially the ones that were built by buyers. Maybe they didn't choose the best options in it. And now they're trying to get rid of these homes. I have a lot more of examples and stuff like that. But now, wanted to go over, let me go back to the live right here. Let's see if I can open up this thing. Oh, nice. 27 people watching. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Because now I'm going to go into what I saw in the market in the last literally week. What happened. And this is going to come from someone that is out there, okay? So I'm not bragging or anything. This is really what happened in the last week. Believe me or not. And this is what a lot of people don't see. A lot of realtors don't even know yet that this is happening. But I needed to make this video so that people would actually understand, right? I just had a client right now, and I actually need to get on a call with them, reminds me, that they're saying, they're trying to get on the contract, and they asked, Jack, but what do you see happening in the market? What's happening right now? I see all these videos that home prices are going to crash, and we should probably wait another 6 months. I was like, yeah, you can wait. Up to you. Anybody that knows me as, that worked with me knows that I'm not pushy at all. I'm like, okay, sure, let's wait. Let me know when you're ready. That's how I am. I don't try to convince or anything. But I had to explain to them, hey, what's really happening here in this market? So let's see. Before we go into that, let's see what questions we have here. Now, compared to last month's thoughts going forward, people are spoiled by super low rates. I paid 8.5 in 1978. I know. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, we're going to cover your guys' questions in a second. Let's see what happened. Okay. So, it was about 3 weeks ago. New community by KB Homes in the Northwest. Prices, crazy prices. I mean, haven't seen these low prices. They probably underpriced their homes. On top of that, they added an extra incentive, which I cannot disclose because KB is not disclosing this incentive online just because they don't want to get people upset about it. I get a client that wanted that community and wanted wanted this house. We brought them in before they offered the incentive. And we go in there, we love it, everything is good, but they weren't quite ready. And I said, look, this is going to sell quick. If you want this house, get under contract right away or reserve the lot, reserve the home, and then you figure it out. You have 5 days to cancel, no questions asked. Usually that's what it is by Nevada law. And here's what happened. They waited 2 weeks. By the time those 2 weeks were up, they had a waiting list in a community. Literally a brand new community, KB Homes, median sales price probably is going to be around $450,000 for a house over there. And they had a waiting list on a house. I haven't seen that in at least a year now. So waiting list over there. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just one situation. Okay, I understand. That's fine. But what happened with that waiting list eventually, my client ended up not being able to get that incentive. They gave it to those people that got the house before them, but he was not able to get that incentive. And I was like, told you so. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. I told you you should reserve it and then figure it out later. So anyway, week goes by and everything. After this was last week, get another client over at Pulte. We were negotiating for a house. We were negotiating back in December, And they were willing to go down for this home up in the Northwest. They were willing to go down to $490,000. Okay, $490,000 for a house that was selling for $600,000, literally like a year ago. $490,000. So that's $110,000 less. So it's about 20% less. Okay. Now, instead of them going on the contract, they said, "Oh, I think it's gonna drop even more." I was like, "Sure, you can wait it out." Now, last week, we tried to get this house under contract. They're like, "Okay, put in the offer again. That offer is not on the table anymore. Plus, we cannot offer you any more 6% towards your closing costs. We can only offer you 3% towards closing costs." And what happened is, I can tell you, the builder was Pulte. What happens is that they were trying to sell these homes back in October, November, and December because they had to get rid of inventory. Pulte had a certain ratio. This is from people that I heard, people at the sales office. Pulte had a certain ratio that they needed to meet as far as the homes that they had on the market for sale, like quick move-ins, and the lots that they had available. So in order for them to meet this ratio, they had to get rid and liquidate inventory. So they were dropping prices significantly. Right now, the same home from $490,000, they were not willing to go under $523,000. So that is $33,000 less that they're willing to pay. This was just last week. Now, within the last week, even crazier is what happened. Saturday morning, go to Cassia, KB Home. They have the reserves collection over there, so median sales price around $600,000, maybe $550 right now, sales price. And I had a client that really liked the biggest model they had, a beautiful home, the 3066. They tried to get that home. And we're like, well, let's go for it. That was the first time we went in, it was, last week, about 7 days ago. And then but my client wasn't ready. They had to show it to their mom and their parents, so they weren't ready to pull the trigger yet. We go in yesterday. That was Saturday. Today is Sunday. We go in yesterday. They had 4 lots available last week. Yesterday, no lots available. All 4 lots went under contract. So we have this builder right here sold a bunch of homes 3 weeks ago. This week, they sold 4 homes in a week. That's a lot for one community, okay? And this was like a community that's almost built out, so they're almost sold out and everything. Now, today, I go out and we go to pretty much go up to the Summerlin area, and then I go up to Northwest. Go up to the Northwest, and we go to Richmond. This is with another client. We go to Richmond, we go to Pulte, we go to Century, we go to KB, and we go to Toll Brothers as well. All of these builders, most of them took out their incentives. I don't know what's happening, right? I'm like, what is going on here? Like, okay, I understand, market is kind of turning, but this is quite impressive, And I'll tell you, there's specific situations. We go to Richmond at Sky Hills. This is a Summer Sun Ranch. You can go in and ask yourself. They had about 10 quick move-ins left over there, like homes to sell. Right now, they have about 5 or so left because in the last week, they sold 5 homes. And these are quick move-ins, okay? And they had a really good, enticing price. One of my clients wanted to get that. One of my clients wanted to get this house. It was $484,000. Right now, they took them all off the market and they said, if you want this house, the price that is going to be listed back again is going to be $501,000. That is an increase of $16,000. And guess what? They sold another 2 homes today, even at the higher price. So inventory is quickly moving, at least in these communities I'm saying. I don't know. If it was just one situation, I would tell you, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But when I see all these builders moving inventory like this, 4 or 5 homes a week getting under contract, 2 homes in one day, increasing prices on some of them, I start thinking, well, something is happening here. Something interesting is happening. And that's why I'm saying you should always, this is from me being in the market. So you can always go out there, drive through the new neighborhoods if you're interested in buying a home, and start asking the agents, hey, what's happening here? How many homes have you sold last week? See if I'm actually right, because I'm just telling you straight from what happened this past week. And what else? We have some builders are still giving some good incentives, and these homes are really good prices right now. I go to Inspirada. There's this buyer that we just got them under contract today. They have this. They love this townhome that they had. I mean, we're looking at a house at $370,000 out the door. It's actually not a townhome; it's a single-family home with a patio next to it for $370,000 in Inspirada. Though they have some great schools over there, so but more of the entry level. You don't find homes that low here in Las Vegas anymore, with that low of a price. So $370,000. We try to get. They had 2 spec homes available. Okay, the first one was going under contract as we were speaking. Okay, it was at $410,000, something like that. So we couldn't get that one. So we went to see the other house that was a spec home, quick move in, trying to get that one. Because it was nice. It had a big, a big lot and all that stuff. Okay, so we go back. Let's put in an offer, trying to get that home. By the time we put in an offer, we say, okay, put in an offer. We were walking out. The agent comes and gets us. Hey, I'm so sorry. The agent right next to us just sold that house again. And I saw this because we went to the home and we saw 3 groups of people walking in and out from these homes while we were trying to get this house under contract. So homes are moving, spec homes are moving, and it's happening quick. Literally, like people right outside, right after the holidays, getting out there and buying homes. So I told my clients, was like, I don't know if I'm ready. Maybe we should wait a little bit more and see if another spec home comes out. I said, look, you can wait if you want to, but here's what I would do. Get a lot right now. Get it under contract, because right now you have all these incentives that they're giving, because they still have to sell some homes, right? They're giving all these incentives out, and we're seeing a big activity right now on the market. So get it under contract. Then you have 5 days to change your mind. So you think about it, wait for the spec home comes out. We put in an offer on the other spec home as well. While we're under contract, we have this lot reserved, and see what happens. If it happens, great. And if they put this spec back on the market, great. But at least you lock in those incentives by reserving the lot. And so we did today. Anyway, this is to show you guys, from someone that is in the market. No, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm not going to tell you here, because it's actually a lot. I could get into a lawsuit right now. If someone, could sue me. You guys could sue all those realtors, those things that say that home prices are going to go down or they're going to go up. But I can tell you my opinion, right? I can tell you my opinion on what's going to happen. When someone says, I guarantee you home prices are going to drop, there's a problem right there. Big problem. And as a realtor, I'm not supposed to say that. You know why? Because I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give you information. Advice on your personal situation, because I don't know your situation. But I can tell you what I think. When I see all this activity right here in the market, I think something is going to happen right now. We're not going to see it right away. Here's the thing. Right now, interest rates are around, the 10-year treasury yield is around 3.5%, which brings us to about 6.5% on the 30-year, 6 to 6.5% on the 30-year mortgage rate. Now, if we go and if interest rates stay like this with the activity that we're having, and builders getting rid of their inventory because they're selling now, right? They're getting rid of those quick move-in homes that are lowering the average sales price in Nevada. Think about it. All these builders, if they have to get rid of inventory, they have to put it on a discount to get rid of it so that they compete with the other builders that have a lot of inventory. In addition to that, you have some also inventory in the resale market going down. So if this is the case and inventory is going down, what's going to happen to home prices, regardless of interest rates? Because yes, there is a correlation between interest rates and home prices, but it's not directly correlated. What is more correlated, like direct correlation, is inventory and home prices. Less inventory, higher home prices. Doesn't matter. It could be at 15% interest rate on your fixed rate. If you don't have any homes to sell, there's always going to be that buyer that is willing to pay a big amount for the homes, and then their home prices are going to be higher. If inventory is high, then you have less buyer competing for a lot of homes, which means those sellers have to compete to get these buyers to buy their houses, bringing down the average purchase price of the house. So that is the direct correlation, which means, yes, If interest rates go up, we are going to see more pain, most likely. Maybe not. I don't know. Depends on how much they go up. But all we're seeing, if interest rates go up, we're going to see a little bit more pain. If interest rates go down, you're going to start seeing prices take off because of inventory going down. So the question that you are going to ask yourself, you're going to have to ask yourself at this point is, okay, if this is happening, if there's a chance that home prices could go up even with higher interest rates, which I've been saying this for a while, this was my prediction, at least, although I can't predict the future, we don't know. I've been saying, hey, home prices might, we might get a correction next year. I told all my clients the same thing, literally. Like last year around January or February, everybody, was like, hey, Jack, what do you say in the market in the future? I don't know. Maybe, if we keep going, if interest rates stay low, we're going to have home prices go up. But if interest rates correct, we might get a correction. We had a big correction, 12% right here in the market. That's big equity right there. But if we see, here's my prediction. My prediction is, from what I'm seeing, a lot of things are going down we're seeing the what's it called, the prices of everything going down. We saw real estate going down 12%. We saw cars going down. I think Tesla just announced yesterday the Model Y, something like that. It was a $13,000 discount, like $13,000 off on the price of the house, on the price of the car. We see gas going down too. That's big. That's like everything gas. If gas goes under $4, here in Las Vegas at least under $4. I'm sure California still has it over $7 maybe. Let me know down in the comments what the price of gas is in your city. But if gas is going down, I think it went down something like 25%. That's huge. You're going to have the price for transportation of all foods and services and all that stuff go down in price because gas is less expensive. So if we see that and prices going down, that means deflation kind of coming. If deflation is coming, the Federal Reserve is likely to stop increasing interest rates because they're worried about the high inflation. That's why they're increasing the interest rates, to slow down the economy so that we could get a little bit of deflation. Not sure how that's going to work, but that's what they're trying to do. Okay, so if they stop raising interest rates, which I think it could happen, right now we could have probably the opportunity for the next few years to get a house at a good price, maybe at a good discount, 12% discount. Or maybe you believe that home prices are going to go up. I don't know. Maybe you believe that interest rates are going to go up, which means home prices might go down even more, which in that case you might want to wait. But the point is, this is all talk, right? I understand, home prices could go up, could go down. You can believe one thing, one other thing. Here's the thing. You should never buy a home based on your fear, which is the fear either of home prices going up or the fear of home prices, or make the decision of not buying because of the fear of prices going down. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to buy, if you're renting, it doesn't matter what happens to the market. You want to get in as soon as possible because inflation is here. And if you get a home, you're locking in a 30-year rate at the same rate, okay? And you're getting a payment for 30 years, which is very important. With inflation and with, landlords bringing up rent prices, you're stuck with the rent, and you don't know what the landlord is going to charge you for rent next month or next year. They could literally bring it up to, $300-400, and it has happened last year. So renting is definitely a no-go. You might want to get into a house. It doesn't matter. Even if you get into a condo or a small townhome, get into something. Try to get out of renting. If you're going to live in it anyway, so why even bother? You're going to pay rent. You're throwing money away with rent. You might as well throw money into the house that you're going to buy. And then if you're investing, it might be a good time, because if you get right now a house, as long as it cash flows, then you're good to go. That's the point when it comes to investing. But that's another topic. And most of you guys, watching this video, you're probably not an investor. At least I would say at least 95% of you guys. So, I wanted to cover that. I want to go over some questions. If you guys have any, let me know down in the comments. I appreciate all of you guys watching here. It's really, humbling that we have over 40 people live watching this video. I hope you like the information, that you got something out of it. Hopefully this helps you with what you're doing. We do have a dislike Nice. We have someone disliked the video. Let me know why, guys. Let me know why you disliked it. If you disliked the video, send me a comment and let me know. Maybe you dislike what I say. I don't know. I would love to debate you on whatever you have to say. So, let's see. Little Philly says, "Hi Jack, what area do you think is destined to become as desirable as Summerlin?" Wow, that's a good question. Let's open up the map. Let's show you best areas that is gonna have good appreciation, is gonna be destined to be like Summerlin. That's a good question. Okay, let's open up Google Maps. All right, so I can show you guys the Las Vegas Valley. Okay, what I think can be like Summerlin, that's tough to say though. I don't think there's going to be another Summerlin, in my opinion. We do have another Summerlin already nowadays. So Summerlin is this area right here on the west side of the Las Vegas Valley. Then we have the Strip, which is right here next to the 15 freeway. This is where you see this busy area. And then we have over here in the southeast, this is the McDonald Ranch. This is the other Summerlin. So Henderson is very comparable to Summerlin as far as neighborhood and all that stuff. And Henderson, McDonald Ranch area, Anthem, Inspirada, it is a really nice neighborhood. And it probably the home prices are slightly lower, about 10%, on average, or 20% lower than Summerlin. But I think we already have another Summerlin right here, which is Henderson, this area. Summerlin is great. It is the biggest master plan community in the United States. It's so successful. It could be a city of its own with over, I think, 300,000, people living in it. The next area that I believe is going to be the next Summerlin, it's probably going to be the Northwest right here. And the reason being is we have a lot of master plan communities coming up here. And I believe Sky Canyon area, Sky Hills, we have Providence right here, we have Sunstone coming up. I think this is going to be a very, very desirable. It already is a great desirable area, although the prices are pretty low. But it is, I believe, the next Summerlin. I would say if I were to bet on one place that is going to be very desirable as Henderson, this area right here, and as Summerlin, I would say this Northwest area. It's going to have a lot of appreciation, in my opinion, just because I see the plans, the master plan community is just amazing. So that would be my guess if I were to give you one opinion. Although we do have other neighborhoods that are great as well. We have Southern Highlands. That's where I live. I love it. It's this little green spot right here. It looks like Summerlin. It's probably even greener than Summerlin. We do have also Rhodes Ranch right here, another community. We have Mountains Edge, which is great. Not as expensive, desirable as Summerlin, but pretty nice area. And then over here, it's probably just going to be, it's great over here, this area, the Southwest, just close to everything. But this is where most of the new homes are, in the Southwest, in the Northwest area, and then over here, a little bit of Henderson and Cadence. But yeah, that's my take on that. I hope that answered that question. Let's go back to our chat. Let's see what we have to say here. We have Bill Anderson saying, "What are the builder incentives now compared to last month? And your thoughts?" Hold on. Let me put back the camera. Okay. "What are the builder incentives now compared to last month? And your thoughts going forward? What builders are cutting prices beyond just incentives?" I haven't seen any price drops lately. I've seen some extra price drops throughout December. That was the latest I've seen price drops on spec homes only. And builders are still selling. Some of them are still selling them for about that price. It really depends on how much inventory they have on hand and they need to get rid of. Because there's a lot of rules and regulations. But prices on inventory right now, that's the only place I've seen the price cuts. But I haven't seen a price cut within the last month or so. Like all the builders, they kept, like KB is the biggest seller here in the South. Well, Lennar and D.R. Horton are so. But all KB, Lennar, and D.R. Horton, those are the biggest three builders, and they have not dropped prices in the last probably month and a half to 2 months. But they have given more incentives throughout the holiday season because not many people buy back then, and they need to get rid of some lots and inventory. But now they're taking it back. I've seen starting the new year and seeing all this this activity going on in the market. Look at Richmond. They took off their homes off the market. They're like, gosh, we had 10 spec homes. We're down to 4. Stop. Hold on a second. I can't sell this many homes all at once. I don't know why. That's stupid in my opinion. It's greedy because they're trying to capitalize on these homes. They don't want to give them away. They're trying to make more money. But after all, you can't blame them. They're in the business of making money. But yeah, most of them have been taking away some incentives and not willing to go as low as they used to back in November. I'd say November was the lowest, because that's when they were giving away these homes, because most people that were buying homes that were going to close by the end of the year, and that was very important to the builder. I hope that answered the question, Bill Anderson. Willie T says, people are spoiled by super low rates. I paid 8.5% interest rates in 1978. Actually, I've seen interest rates, from people saying, I wasn't even alive back then, but they said that they went up to 14% on the 30-year fixed rate. It's crazy. That was considered a good rate. Yeah, you're right. It was considered a good rate back then, 8.5%. And then we have, if you get the right loan, you can always refinance, rate move down. That's true. That's awesome. And that was another thing. Like, there are these builders right here. They're giving out some crazy incentives, and some of them are doing, and I can't say who, but I've been having the builder do this for my clients. Is they have to give me an addendum that states that if they drop the purchase price by the time that they build a house, by the time that they finish building the house, they have to adjust the base price of my client's home as well. So if they drop the price another 20 grand, they have to drop the price on my client's house as well. That's what I've been doing for most of the builders that accept that clause. And that's a no-brainer right there, because if you think that the home prices might bottom out in the next 6 months, and you have that addendum that can protect you in case home prices drop even more, you're good to go, because now would be the right time to buy, because then you can what you can do is you can also lock in your interest rate right now. And if you think that home prices are going to go down because interest rates are going to go up, you're locking in today's interest rate, which are really good, by the way. They are offering as low as 4.25 in some builders. And then interest rates go up. You're locked at 4.25, but then that's going to hurt the housing market, bringing down the base price of the homes from these builders, which brings you, with that addendum, to get also the lower price on the home, locking in a low interest rate. So it's a win-win. And guess what? If interest rates go lower, you have also an option with these builders. There's always an option to float down. It's a one-time float down option, it's called, which means, let's say in 6 months, home prices have gone up because interest rates went down, and now you locked in, let's say, at 4.5%, but then interest rates are 3.5%. They will float you down to 3.5%. So you get low price and low interest rate regardless. No brainer. With some of these builders, you can do that right now. Clutch and Stick. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Most of you guys are, I remember you from last month's chat. Let's see. Thank you for commenting. You've probably saved me hundreds of hours at this point, Jack. Thanks. I'll be watching and listening now. What do you mean, Clutch and Stick? I saved you hundreds of hours. For what? Let's see. C-Pimpin 100. C-Pimpin 100 says, thinking about moving to Sky Canyon. I'm hearing it's booming over there, especially since Station Casino bought up land over there. Yes, they did. They actually are going to start building a casino. Let me show you here on the map again. So when you zoom in right here, you see the Smith's Marketplace. This is part of Sky Canyon area right here. You see this intersection right here? They're going to build a casino. It's going to be similar to I guess what Summerlin has right here in downtown Summerlin. They have a casino. It's called Red Rock Casino, but it's this one is Station Casino. So some people think that it's bad to have a casino, but it brings in a lot of jobs. A lot of workers work there. Buffets, restaurants in there, movie theaters, bowling alleys, all that stuff. It really helps the neighborhood grow a lot. So this is going to bring in a lot of business, and then combined with the Centennial area right here, this could be a really good option in the future. It's a good appreciating market, I think, if anybody's looking to to invest here or buy a home that they want some good appreciation in the future. It would be a great area. I love the Northwest. It's a great place. But yeah, that's where the casino is going up, and I think they're going to start it pretty soon, within the next 2 years or so. I think they're going to start building that casino. Builder incentives at Gardens in Inspirada. I wish I could tell you, Chris, what the incentives are. I was just there today with a client. We just got them a lot today. But I can't say it on YouTube because I got scolded before from the builders for the incentives, because they pretty much took down most of my videos because I mentioned some incentives and I wasn't supposed to. So if you need any help, let me know. I'll be glad to assist you. But I can't say it on here what incentives there are, but they have some really good incentives. What effect is the new casino building being built in Inspirada going to have on those homes right near there? As I mentioned, up just the same thing as the Northwest. I didn't know of a casino going up in Inspirada though. But if there is a casino going up in Inspirada, I don't think it's going to hurt. It's actually a good thing because it brings in business, just like I mentioned. Some people don't want it because they bought a house maybe in Inspirada or in Sky Canyon to be a little bit farther away from everything. So having the casino it's not really nice to have for them, but it does bring in a lot of money. A lot of people gamble, drink and do all that stuff in the casino. So those are the people that spend the money, and those are the ones that pay for our state income taxes. That's why we don't have state income taxes here in Las Vegas. So I welcome them, but most people don't, and I understand. It's a great thing, but it's a great thing not to have them, but it's also a great thing to have them. And it's like, what are the pros and cons? It's a pro, but it's also a con, right? What effect is the new casino? Oh, we read that one. Raymond says, I don't have a job or good credit. How long if I get a job to qualify for a home? Well, Raymond, depends on what you've done before and the reason why you don't have a job right now. If, let's say, you lost a job 2 months ago and you get a job right now, you have to get a job in the same field that you were in before. Let's say you were a server, right, at a restaurant. You want to get something in the restaurant business. So from a server, you become, bartender, or you become a chef or something, right? You working still in the same industry. And then because what happens is you have to show the lender a history of what kind of history of a job that you have. They're not going to give you, a loan. In most cases, they won't give you a loan just because you just started a job, because maybe you don't have the experience and you're going to get fired soon. Who knows, right? But if it's something that you have the experience in already before, they count that towards your history, even though you have a gap from now not working. So if you find the same job in the same industry, as long as you have at least 1 year as a W-2 income employee, then you'll be able to qualify for a home. And then they're going to look at your debt to income ratio to figure out how much of a home you can afford based on the monthly income that you have and based on the monthly cost of the home, depending on the interest rate and all that stuff. So I hope that answered your question. But yeah, if you get a job right away, you could technically qualify to get a home, as long as you're working in the same field that you were working before and you don't have too big of a gap. Because otherwise, if you haven't been working for a year, the builder's going to say, well, why didn't you get another job? There's plenty of, not the builder, the lender's going to say, why didn't you get another job? There's plenty of jobs out there. There's I think it says that there's 2 jobs for every person that is unemployed. And they're going to ask that, so that you might not get the loan in that case, and you would have to wait a full year to get that history again in order to qualify for a house. Now, I'm not a lender. I'm just telling you from experience, but you can go and talk to a lender. That would be the best question for a lender that is, licensed for that. Clutch and Six says, hate the game, not the player. That's true. Don't hate me. I'm just telling you what it is. Like it or not, that's how it is. There are layers. Well, layers of what? Raymond says, keep grinding. You'll get there, and it will be plainly obvious to you when you arrive. Yeah, that's true, Raymond. It's true, clutch and stick. I watch your videos and I don't have to go look at them myself. Oh, yeah, I know. All the model homes are all on YouTube, right? Especially since I'm still in Southern California. Static pictures on websites don't always tell the story, and you offer useful insight. Hey, I appreciate it. That's really good feedback, so thank you so much for that. Aaron Jackson says, yes, there is. it was in one of your videos too. It is a Station Casino there off of Via Inspirada. Really? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's great to know. They're building a casino right off of Via Inspirada. Via Inspirada it's gonna be busy. They have a lot of shops. That they just finished building them, and they're building so many more shops. And then you're right next to what's it called, St. Rose, which has so much. There's Costco there, all kinds of grocery shopping and all that stuff. So Inspirada is a really good, desirable neighborhood. I think that's another one that is going to have a lot of appreciation in the future. As a matter of fact, in the last year, Inspirada is one of those places that has depreciated the least. And I believe it's connected to the school district. Some of them, they're like great. They have better schools than Summerlin and all that stuff. So that's another neighborhood that I really suggest if you're into, having some kind of family-friendly neighborhood that, that is... it has a lot of activities for kids and promotes that family environment. That's where you want to go. You want to go to Inspirada. All right, looks like we don't have any more comments or anything. It's 7 o'clock at night. Appreciate you all for watching. I'm gonna go back and play with my daughter. Watch Blue's Clues and Blip Beef with her and stuff like that. So appreciate you all watching. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me if you need a realtor to represent you. As always, I'm always ready to help you out and be, your realtor to do your best interest. And then, thanks so much. I think that's going to be it, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, guys. See you on the next one. I'll probably try to do these once a month. I've been doing them. Let me know if you guys want me to do them a little bit more often. And, see you next time.